You're mid-sentence before you've even noticed you started explaining. Someone asks a simple question: where were you? Why were you late? Why did you say that? And instead of just answering, you're already 3 sentences into the backstory. The traffic, the thing that happened right before, the reason you were tired. Context nobody asked for, spilling out anyway. You can almost watch yourself do it, adding detail after detail, because underneath it, there's a quiet fear that if you stop too soon, they'll think the worst. That you were lying, that you didn't care, that you did something wrong. So you keep going, you circle back, you clarify the clarification, just in case the first version didn't land right. By the time you're finished, something in their face has shifted, not because they doubted you, but because a 10-second question became a 5-minute case for your own defense. You didn't mean to do that, you just couldn't stop. Because underneath all those extra words is an older, simpler fear. If you don't explain yourself thoroughly enough, something bad will happen. You just don't know when you started believing that a short answer was dangerous. Here are 8 signs you over-explain everything and why being misunderstood feels unsafe. Someone asks you one simple thing and you answer 3 questions they never asked just to leave no room for misunderstanding. You're not trying to be dramatic. You're trying to close every door before anyone can walk through it with the wrong idea about you. This comes from learning somewhere along the way that a small gap in the story is where blame gets to live. If there's a detail you didn't mention, it can become the thing you get accused of hiding. So you don't leave gaps. You fill everyone before anyone else can fill it with something worse. It's exhausting, and it's not really about the question in front of you. It's about every time an unexplained moment was once used against you. What you're ordering for lunch, why you left early, why you picked that parking spot. Low-stakes, forgettable decisions get the same defense a courtroom would. You know, logically, that no one is tracking your choice of sandwich, but logic isn't running this. An older part of you is one that learned any decision, no matter how small, could get you in trouble if you couldn't account for it. So you account for everything, whether it matters or not. In those moments, your nervous system can treat even small explanations as though they carry the same stakes as the important ones. It just knows that explaining feels safer than staying quiet. They nodded 3 sentences ago. You can see it in their face. They already get it. And you're still talking. Not because you have more to say, because stopping means trusting that what you already said was enough, and trusting that is harder than it sounds. Somewhere along the way, enough stopped feeling like a fixed amount and started feeling like a moving target you could never quite reach. So you keep adding, past the point of usefulness, because the fear isn't really about being unclear. It's about being done and finding out too late that done wasn't safe. You're in the shower, or driving, or lying awake, running a conversation that hasn't happened yet, building your case, anticipating the pushback, preparing the explanation for an accusation nobody has made. This isn't overthinking for its own sake. It's preparation for a threat your body treats as real, even though it hasn't arrived. At some point, being caught off guard by someone's disappointment or anger cost you something. So now you rehearse, not because you enjoy it, but because an unprepared version of you once got hurt. You finish talking. There's a pause before they respond, and in that pause, something in you starts spiraling, so you jump back in and add more, just to fill the space before it turns into something you can't control. A pause isn't neutral to you. It's a verdict waiting to happen, and you'd rather flood it with more words than sit inside the not knowing. Somewhere along the way, silence may have become linked with tension, judgment, or waiting for the other shoe to drop. Sorry, I just wanted to explain. Sorry, this is probably too much, but you're apologizing for the explanation while you're still giving it, even when you haven't done anything wrong. The apology isn't really about the content, it's a preemptive softening, a way of managing how the explanation might be received before anyone's reacted to it at all. You've learned to brace for a negative reaction so automatically that you start absorbing blame before it's even been assigned. It's easier to apologize first than to risk someone else's disappointment. Hours later, sometimes days later, you're still running it back. What you should have said differently, what they probably took the wrong way, what you'll clarify next time you see them, even if next time never comes. This isn't just anxiety, it's an attempt to retroactively control something that already happened because in the moment, it didn't feel like you had enough control to get it right. The conversation ended a long time ago. Some part of you is still standing in it, trying to fix a version of events no one else is still holding on to. Someone you'll never see again misreads a comment you made, and it sits with you for the rest of the day. Not because their opinion matters long-term, but because being misread by anyone triggers something old and disproportionate. Being misunderstood by a stranger can stay with you far longer than it seems like it should. It can feel like being exposed, like the gap between who you are and who they think you are is a danger, not a footnote. That reaction isn't about this stranger. It's about every time being misunderstood by someone who mattered came with a cost you're still protecting yourself from. None of this means you talk too much or that you're incapable of being concise. It means an unexplained moment once became a dangerous one, and your mind built a defense system out of words to keep that from happening again. That system made sense once. It kept you safe when being misread actually did cost you something. But you were never meant to carry a courtroom into every ordinary conversation, and not every silence is a verdict waiting to be filled. But sometimes the reason you cannot explain yourself clearly is not that you have too many words. It is that beneath all the defending, you are no longer sure what you actually feel. That's next.